I'm Jamie Eason, and today I'm in the bodybuilding.com kitchen to show you how I make my 3-bean chili. It's a one-pot dish, super easy to make, and it comes together fairly quickly. I've already started, and in this large pot I've added some onions, diced onions. I did about a whole cup, but the recipe calls for a half cup. I just really like onions. And then I did 2 pounds of extra lean turkey and about a tablespoon of garlic. So I've already browned it. I drained off any excess fat, and I'm ready to add the rest of my ingredients. To the turkey, I'm going to add some diced green chilies. These come in a can, and I chose 2 4-ounce cans. You can use 1 if you'd like, but I actually like the flavor of these. They're just only slightly spicy. They've got hot and they've got mild. I chose mild. So I'm gonna add those in. Give it a little stir in between. And then we'll add the beans. Now I call it my tri-bean or my 3-bean chili because there's 3 different types of beans. There's an organic canned bean that comes with pinto, kidney, and black beans. And you'll notice on the cans, if you buy the organic version, really it's nothing more than just beans and salt. Just make sure if you choose the canned and you're watching your salt that you choose the lowest sodium variety. So I'm gonna add these. And since I really like black beans, I actually did an extra can of the black beans. So again, I'll give that a little stir. And then to that, I'm gonna add really the base of our chili, which is organic diced tomatoes. There's different versions. Some of them already have spices in them, like oregano, different things like that. Choose whatever you'd like. These are just plain and simple because I'm gonna add a lot of spice, so it's up to you. This is 2 I think they're 14.5-ounce cans, so I'm gonna add those. And that's your liquid. There's not a whole lot. This chili's pretty versatile. You can make it really thick, which is what I like to do. I think in Texas ours is a little bit more thick and hearty, but in some places people will add things like broth to actually make them a little more soupy. So it's totally up to you. And by the way, I drained the liquid from the beans. I don't like to do the added starch. But from the tomatoes, I didn't drain the liquid because I actually want the liquid in there to sort of beef it up a little bit. So to that, I'm gonna add some spices. I've got, this might seem a little odd, but this is actually xylitol, and it's a sweetener. I like my chili. There's a lot of acid, there's a lot of heaviness. I'm gonna add some mustard and different things like that. So this kind of balances out the flavor. Most typical chilies will use a brown sugar. And there is a brown sugar variety that actually, that's what I'd love to use right now, but I only have this on hand, so you can leave out the sweetener if you want. You can use the xylitol brown sugar blend, or you can just use the straight xylitol. This is a tablespoon. Sprinkle that in. Then I'm gonna add some cumin. Cumin is a smoky flavor. It pretty much, it gives flavor to a lot of things like chili, Mexican dishes, things like that. This is a teaspoon. Add that in. Got a little bit of salt. That's about a half teaspoon to a teaspoon, just whatever you prefer. And this might seem a little odd, but this is actually 2 tablespoons of white vinegar. You can use rice vinegar, you can use any kind of vinegar that you want. Again, if you think about like a tomato sauce or a barbecue sauce, usually there's either more vinegar or more tomato, depending on what flavors you like. So I'm just gonna add a little bit because I like my dishes a little more tomato based. And then I'm gonna add some chili powder. Of course, you can't have chili without chili powder. So that's a tablespoon of chili powder. The more you add of that, the more spicy your dish will actually be. And then my final and sort of odd ingredient for chili would be the mustard. I'm doing 3 tablespoons of just your regular yellow mustard. So get all that in there. And I've got 1 lonely spice left, but I'm gonna wait till the very end to add that one because I don't want it to lose too much flavor, and that's cilantro. And a lot of times, something like cilantro, if you put it in too soon, it just kills the flavor. You don't taste much of it. So I'm gonna mix this up, get that mustard all mixed in there. And if it's too thick for you, if you'd prefer it to not be quite as thick as this, just add another can of tomatoes, or again, you can add the chicken broth, whatever you'd like. So that's about it. It'll actually get a little bit more liquid as it simmers. So I've had it on low. I'm going to crank up the heat just a tiny bit. Put a lid on it. In about 10 minutes, I'll actually come back, add my cilantro, and that's it. That's how easy it is. Okay, it's been 10 minutes, so I'm going to check the chili. I brought it up to a boil, and then I reduced the heat, and I let it simmer for about 10 minutes. It's looking good. Give it a little stir real quick, and then one last ingredient, this is my final ingredient, is the cilantro, and I only add about a tablespoon. You can do fresh cilantro, which actually is probably better, but I had this on hand, so this is what I'm going to use. Sprinkle it in, give it another stir. And really that doesn't have to cook in too much. The longer it cooks, the more the cilantro will kind of lose its flavor, so I don't let it sit too much longer after that before serving it. So it looks ready, it smells really good. Got my bowl ready. Now you can choose to put this on top of something like brown rice. You can put it on spaghetti squash. You can eat it alone. Remember that beans do have quite a bit of carbs in them. It's about 24 grams of carbs in a cup of beans and probably about 8 grams of protein. So you get a little bit of protein, but not a considerable amount. So I don't add too much starch to this. This recipe is really adaptable for you vegetarians out there. You can actually leave out the meat and just add lots more veggies. Just start by, instead of sauteing the meat in onions, you want to saute all your veggies to sort of soften them a bit, and then add all the same ingredients. So that's about it. You can add cheese if you want to, but most of us are, on a strict plan, so don't add too much. For this recipe, check the link below, and for more recipes and articles from me, check out bodybuilding.com.